Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show. No.
It's the Tryforce.
So recently I started rewatching Young Justice, and it has reminded me, because it was unfairly canceled,
It was.
of a show that I watched a lot as a kid that was unfairly canceled. And Zee, I feel like you're in the same boat as me and you're gonna agree with me on this. Teen Titans was unfairly canceled.
It was unconstitutionally canceled. It should be a war crime what happened to the original Teen Titans series.
Like, I was just thinking about it, and I was like sitting here and I was like, no, they really did it. They really canceled it. And for why, you know?
For why?
I grew up on that show.
I love when you say that.
How could they do me like that?
It's
you know?
It's tragic. It really is tragic, and I think it only comes for the best media. But, like, is there also the kind of, like, I feel like it kind of immortalizes itself in the beginning parts of a series where everyone has their creative juice and everything's still fresh and new and good and they have good ideas. I feel like the longer a series will stretch on, sometimes things go a little awry, but I feel like Teen Titans is crystallized due to its cancellation in the beginning portions of its creation, which is what we love. And obviously we have Teen Titans Go now, but I don't think that's very similar to the original series.
Ugh, disgusting.
I'll be real with you, man. I'll be real with you. I went to go see my younger cousins love it, and I went to go see Teen Titans Go to the movies. And that was A, hilarious, a good time. B, there was so many funny DC jokes. And C, there was a lot of very dark humor. Like, I'm sure you may have seen the gif around. They push Batman, they like accidentally solve all of the heroes' dark origin stories so they don't become heroes. And so they push they push Batman's parents back into the alley, and you just see a bunch of muzzle flashes and a bunch of gunshots go off. And so
Oh my god.
it's not for kids sometimes. So the original Teen Titans series was kind of dark and edgy, but like it was also goofy and funny, and I think that's aside from the fact that it's so short, that's why people remember it.
I loved watching all the Raven stuff because it was dark. The, like, Terra, when she gets introduced, and her whole story. It's, you know, like I said, I grew up on the show, but that stuff, like, sticks with you. Like, I'm gonna, like, I rewatch Teen Titans all the time. Like, I will put it on because I'm just like, y'all remember Teen Titans? I do. Like, time to rewatch it.
Yeah, that's a good enough reason.
Yeah, and then I feel like there was talk of, like, they were gonna finish it finally. Like, they were like, hey, we're coming back. We're gonna do season 6 or whatever season they were on. You know, so you had to do the rewatch for that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know if they actually ended up going through with that because, you know, I feel like there's a lot of talk, not a lot of action here.
I'm seeing up to 3 seasons at least, from what I can see here. So
There might only be 3 seasons, and I might just be completely wrong.
Well, I feel like the people must be a bit confused because they haven't heard the dulcet baritone of our third member, Colton, today. But it is a Zee and Rayne podcast.
It's a first.
It is
Just the two of us.
And it's so cool that we get to do this now, because Colton was usually the maestro, but now we have kind of the capacity to do this as well. And we're recently neighbors. We're recently close by to one another and finally saw each other for the first time since my big move. It was so good to see you, and now I get to see you again.
Yes, it's... Hey, obviously, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
You're a bit away, but, you know, like, the bus runs late here, so...
I would walk.
Come see you whenever.
I would walk. But yeah, I think that when we decided that we would do this, we had to find something good that would mix us both up, and this is 100%, I think, something that we both love to a great degree.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't shut up about recording this episode. for like days.
Nice.
I've been very excited because I've just been like, Z and I are gonna record. We're gonna do Teen Titans.
We are.
And I'm so sorry to everybody who has had to hear me go on about this for days. I've just been really hyped.
Right.
Also, like, the one-on-one duo of me and you, like, come on. Come on. I feel like I'm not the only person who's been waiting for this.
No, I don't think so. I think the calmer waters of the Tryforce podcast are going to wash over the folks this evening. And I think that we should just get right into it because that's what they came.
Yeah.
That's what they came here for. And I'm really enjoying this wiki that I found here because it lists the villains underneath, even minor ones. So I'm very excited.
Oh,
but our
yeah.
Our first episode comes to us in July 19th, shortly before my birthday, 2003. With the first episode, Final Exam, which premiered to 2 million viewers. That's pretty decent, I would say.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, this just, like, I feel like it ages us, so now I have to, like, have my I'm old crisis.
Yeah, definitely 2003. Yeah, dang. Slade, a mysterious villain, enlists a trio of Hive Academy cadets to destroy the Teen Titans. While Hive win the initial battle, knocking Robin into the sewer, and later manage to take over Titan's tower. With the Titans now exiled from their home, Robin returns with the plan, and the Titans go on to defeat the Hive. Robin learns of the existence of Slade, and Slade is pleased that his quote-unquote message has been received. Those Hive agents being, of course, Jinx, Gizmo, and Mammoth. Who are...
I love Jinx, and I feel like that's so obvious for who I am as a person, but the introduction of, like, the Hive, right? So this episode comes out, right? It's the first episode. You have the Hive, you have Slade, and then they showed Jinx, and I was like, that's who I want to be. I want to grow up to be Jinx. And then, of course, they show Raven, and I'm like, I changed my mind. I want to grow up to be Raven.
Right.
But I think Jinx's powers are so cool. And just, chef's kiss.
Mystical magical.
Compliments to the chef. Beautiful.
Mystical magical, man. She's cool. She's hot. She's adorable. She's got a great aesthetic. Witch powers. Gizmo is like your typical technological villain. He's a tiny little bald kid, but obviously, as should come no surprise to me,
he's a tiny little bald kid.
He is a tiny little bald kid.
Oh
but
my god.
big brain. But obviously, it should come no surprise to me. I was a huge fan of Mammoth. I was a long-haired, large person, so I enjoyed the long-haired, large, super strength Mammoth. It's just straightforward, just big and punchy. Which I think it doesn't go into it here, but obviously the Teen Titans consisting of Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Starfire, and Raven, each with their own set of powers. Robin's set of powers, of course, is being orphaned and subsequently adopted by Bruce Wayne.
I love the superpowers of being adopted by Bruce Wayne.
Robin! Hero name Robin. Power name the 1%. Cyborg, that's what's on the tin. You know, he's a cyborg. He's a robot,
Yep.
man. Beast Boy. Love Beast Boy. How could you not adore Beast Boy?
Oh my god. Beast Boy, my second favorite character in the whole series.
That's not surprising at all.
Love him. Oh my god. He is the best. And he turns into animals.
Yeah.
And he's green.
And even dinosaurs.
He's green.
And even a dinosaur occasionally.
And an alien.
Oh,
He does
fuck.
turn into that alien animal when they go visit
That's right.
Cameron.
Oh my god, you're right. I totally remember that. That's crazy. That's crazy that you remember that.
I remember stupid things.
No.
Like the fact that I'm pretty sure this episode starts with them trying to get pizza and Starfire being like, we can put toothpaste on it.
Yeah, she is an alien, 100%. Yeah, they're trying to get pizza. Cyborg wants pepperoni on the pizza. and Beast Boy doesn't want to eat meat because he's like, dude, I've been some of those animals. It's a classic line.
It is a classic line. I love that line.
Raven, classic annoyed goth, has like emotion-based powers, not having anything. You know, Robin is just boring. Just generally boring. Love the boy
oh, wow,
to death,
that's how I
but
feel about Robin.
he's
Sorry, sir, you are boring.
he's boring. He's Robin. He's Tim Drake. I think this is supposed to be Tim Drake, Robin. I don't think it's supposed to be Dick Grayson. But I
don't think so. I think you're right.
I don't know. You know, I don't think it merits even that much more thought. I think we can just move on.
You just gesture. It's Robin.
Robin.
There he is.
Weirdly indebted to a rich man. Episode 2, we've got Sisters, which introduces Starfire's older sister, Blackfire, who comes for a visit, and quickly ingratiates herself among the Titans. However, singling out Starfire in the process. Feeling left out, Starfire decides to leave the Titans temporarily before being kidnapped by drones sent from Centauri to arrest her sister for stealing, mistaking her for Blackfire. Gotta suck. Gotta not be great.
Blackfire is so hot, though.
Agreed. 110% agreed.
Half the premise of the episode, I feel like, is the fact that Blackfire is just hot. Like, they did not hide that away. She is really hot.
Yeah. They made her, like, kind of try to, like, steal Robin, I remember at one point. She, like, tries to, like, put the moves on Robin. And...
oh, yeah. Every chance she got to, like, you know, slide on in and be like, oh, let's go do this thing, she took. Yeah. But, you know, that's how it be when you have a shitty older sister. Like,
I don't have an older sister, so I don't know this dynamic personally. I don't really know many people with older sisters either. So, you know.
I have an older sister, but she did in fact not try to steal all of my friends away from me. So, can't relate.
Classic. And you certainly never were arrested because she shoplifted and they mistook you for her.
No. No, yeah, that is true. That has not happened to me, so I can't relate to this problem. But oh, poor Starfire in this episode. I felt so bad.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna have to gotta deal with the fact that her sister's a bad person.
Not even that. Like, it's, you know, the fact that, like, she came to Earth and she made these friends, and then for, like, immediately her sister to be like, hi, I'm here and I'm stronger and better than you, so, like, I'm gonna go do whatever I want. Like, come on.
That's true, man.
Come the fuck on.
That's true, man. That's why she's listed under the villains category for this episode, I'll tell you what.
She was a villain. Discovering
that her sister tried to have her take the blame, Starfire tracks down Blackfire. I just have to cut in here. Brilliant naming convention on this parents' part. Like, these alien parents. Like, what are we gonna name? Blackfire. Perfect. What are we gonna name the next one?
Starfire. There it is.
Sweet.
They, like, looked up into the sky and went, no, there's a star. There it is. Starfire. We've done it.
What happens if it's twins? Twin fire. I don't know. What's with all the questions?
They both share the name. You can get it the first 3 days of the week, and I'll get it the last 4.
Starfire tracks down Blackfire and gets her arrested by the Centauri police. So, good for her. Her ass is in jail. I don't think she shows up again. I don't think she, like, ever comes back.
She does.
Yeah?
But Blackfire?
Yeah.
She comes back.
Fun. I don't remember that. I was like, oh, wait, do we see her again?
Yeah, in, like, later seasons, and I believe she doesn't come back to Earth. She does go back to the planet, which I believe is Tamaran, I'm really sure.
Tamaranian, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got episode 3, Divide and Conquer, which also features 2 of my favorite villains in this series. Cinderblock, who breaks into a prison, but is beaten there by the Titans. However, a misstep in the Sonic Boom attack knocks the Titans out and allows Cinderblock to escape and take a quarantined villain known as Plasmus with him. Oh my god. Cinderblock and Plasmus, what a time.
Oh my god. It's so bad. My brain, you said Cinderblock, and then I've been so on My Hero that my brain was like, Cementos. And I had to like bring myself back. I was like, where did I just go? I know I just saw the My Hero movie, but like, come on, Rayne, shut the fuck up.
I just started the new season, so I can definitely understand. Yeah, like you're valid. Like they're the same, but evil. But evil. Cementos, but evil.
But then like, but evil. But then I also just envisioned in my head the scene where the sonic boom like attack, like they like go to do it and they fail, and I'm like, oh nope, I'm back in. I know where I am now.
Yeah. Their legs get caught and they like spin in a circle for too long. It's very slapstick. Oh my god. Yeah.
And they get mad at each other.
Oh my god, this is such a thing. The like Robin Cyborg beef. That like
they have beef. They do.
Yeah. So they allowed them to take Plasmus, who was like quarantined in this little jar. He's like a sludge hero. He's a sludge villain. Like he's disgusting. But he looks cool for sure. I remember Cinderblock.
100%.
I remember Cinderblock and Plasmus were playable fighters in the computer Titans fighting game. It was them.
Oh my god, the one on like the Cartoon Network website.
Yeah, you goddamn right. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god.
I remember. I was there.
I was there, Gandalf. Robin and Cyborg fight about who messed up, causing Cyborg to temporarily quit the Teen Titans. Two Titans in 2 episodes.
A running theme.
Unbelievable. Slade unleashes Plasmus on the remaining 4 Titans, now a little bit out of step. Cyborg later returns and assists the Titans in defeating both Plasmus and Cinderblock. You ever wonder if Slade, like, thinks about his life choices, that he's just, like, consistently dicking on a group of teenagers?
No, I don't. Which is... I want to be like, man, you really don't have any other targets besides this group of literal teenagers who are just, like, trying to keep their little city safe?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have any other bigger targets?
Too much time.
But I suppose... No. Why would they have bigger targets when... fucking Robin's right there.
Right? I mean, I figure, like, if you take it from the comics, like, they're sort of meant to be, like, the Justice League Reserve. Like, they're sort of, like, supposed to be, like, a more localized fighting force, like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man kind of type, I suppose. But...
Yeah.
You know what? I think so far they're doing their job.
I think the other thing to point out also is, like, Slade has such a thing with, like, Robin. And it's like, dude, why are you picking the one with no powers to go after?
Yeah.
So not only a teenager, but a teenager that doesn't have superpowers.
A completely normal human teenager.
Like, if you have, like, an issue with, like, Batman, right? I understand being like, I'm gonna go for Robin. Like, what you've seen, like, the Joker has done, right?
Yeah.
But, like, Slade is just like... Yo, I want Robin to know who I am, I want to get in his head, I want to fuck with him, and then I want to, like, kill him. And it's like, dude, he's a teenager with no superpowers! Where do you get off? But I'm not a supervillain, so what do I fucking know?
I don't know, man. He's got a major hate on for Robin for sure. There's a lot of theories. I remember my friends and I kicking around that he was Batman. I'm like, that's so stupid looking back. I'm like, why would Slade be Batman?
And then all along, he was the Batman.
Yeah, that makes sense actually for Bruce Wayne, to be honest. Okay, episode 4, Forces of Nature. Beast Boy attempts to prank Cyborg, but Starfire is accidentally targeted. As a result, she stops talking to him. Meanwhile, the Titans deal with a duo known as Thunder and Lightning, whose version of having fun is causing chaos among the city. Oh, these guys were cool. I liked these two.
These are 2 of my favorite villains, right? Because, like, towards the end they, like, have a change of heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I love this episode so much.
Love a good elemental power.
I mean, my name is Rayne, so...
Thunder and Lightning
Jokes.
and Rain. The duo is approached by a mystic sage who teaches them how to amplify their powers using assortment of twigs and leaves. I'm sorry, that's just very funny phrasing for some reason.
I'm sure it makes sense, like, in context.
Yeah.
Not this context, but in some.
The sage, however, uses magic to animate the burning sticks into a monster. The Titans fight off the monster before it reaches town. Beast Boy attempts to break through to Thunder while Robin faces off against the sage, who turns out to be Slade. Dude, fuck. Haha! It was me, Slade!
He's like JoJo posing in the back.
Literally.
Round, and it's just Slade. It was me, Slade.
Literally.
I understand that he hates Robin for whatever reason, but he is a teenager with no superpowers.
No superpowers.
Like, oh my god. I just, like, with all of the other, like, Titans and, like, other heroes that they meet, like, throughout the series, you picked Robin. Like, imagine being like, alright, like, I'm a supervillain, I'm gonna pick my arch, like, nemesis or whatever the fuck, and you look at this group of fucking teenagers and go, hey, what's that one's deal? Oh yeah, that's Robin, he doesn't have any superpowers, you know, he's, like, part of a circus once or whatever.
Throw some
and they're
boomerangs,
just like,
you know. Throw some boomerangs.
Fucking
well.
him. He is the one that I want to be my nemesis.
Sir, are you sure?
Well, are you sure? Like, there's an alien who, like, can shoot, like, energy blasts. There's, you know, this demon girl who, like, does, like, dark magic.
This kid turns into animals.
Yeah, I want.
No?
No, I'll take the one without superpowers, please, for 500, Alex.
Okay,
like,
okay.
And also, like, okay, cool. So, like, you did all this, right? You've summoned your fire monster. These two villains, right, that, like, Slade has now been like, oh, haha, look, you turned this fucking sticks into a fire monster. You guys are destruction. Like, Slade, I got questions. I'm never gonna get answers.
What a weirdo. What a fucking weirdo. I totally forgot. Okay.
It's, like, funny looking back on it because I feel like I don't remember Slade being this obsessed, and now, like, we're talking about it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, he needs to be on a watch list.
Please, dude.
I'm concerned.
I'm gonna need you to relax, man.
The best scene, though, is in this episode, where Starfire and Beast Boy go, and, like, they're paired up, and he's really upset that she won't talk to him, and he turns into the kitten, and she walks away, and I was like, dude, I would melt.
She resisted the face.
The face. I would melt. I would have forgiven him immediately. I'd been like, oh my god, I don't even care. You could have stabbed me, and I would just be like, oh my god, you're a kitten, it's so cute.
Ooh, yeah.
No, but not Starfire, though.
No.
No, she held her ground. I'm proud of her.
She's a warrior woman from an alien culture. She knows what's best for her.
She knows what's up.
Alright, so number 5 is actually really rough. I actually remember this episode very well because it's very dark. Called The Sum of His Parts. This is a tough one.
I remember this one. This one hurts.
While playing football in the park, Cyborg suddenly shuts down. After rebooting, he tells the other Titans that his batteries are dying and just requires recharging. But he does not get the chance because the nefarious Mumbo is causing havoc in... I forgot this was the name of the setting. Is causing havoc in Jump City.
Okay.
Jump City.
I just kind of assumed the city didn't have a name.
No, it's...
For a hot minute.
It's Jump City.
Right, sure. Of course it is.
Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's not like I can complain, because, like, I'm watching Young Justice, and literally they were like, Star City!
Yeah.
So, like, I can't
Star
shit talk
City,
anything.
yeah, 100%. Coastal City, oh my god. So bad. While facing him down, Cyborg's emergency batteries fall off, and his inert body falls down into the underground depths of a junkyard. The Titans unfortunately believe that Mumbo has kidnapped him, but he has instead been found by a strange machine called Fix-It, who does not share Cyborg's views on humanity. Instead, he believes it to be a flawed part of Cyborg's biology, one that he intends to correct with or without Cyborg's consent. Fucking crazy.
This episode fucking hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. It's very dark.
I love that, like, you know, you get your first few episodes, you're introducing the cast, introducing Slade's weird obsession with Robin, which I'm sure we'll get back to.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have this episode, and, like, I remember watching this, and,
Shit.
the little kid that, like, goes up to him and is like, look, we're the same, and he's like, we're not the same, and I'm like, dude, he's a little kid, you guys are the same,
Yeah, dude.
don't do this to me.
Yeah. The little kid with his, like, prosthetic arm, yeah. Oh my god. Not great. Whew.
My heart. And then, like, he's like, oh, like, he, like, straps, what, like, a generator or something to his back, because he's like, the team needs me, and I'm like, dude, your batteries, like, I understand, you know, you're not human anymore, like, you're part human, you are mostly robot, but you can't help everybody, and neglect yourself, and that's, like, a human thing in general.
Yeah. I think there's yeah, I mean, well, to your point, everybody experiences burnout, and this is literally like something that's like warning against doing exactly that, like needing to literally recharge. So that's a great point. I don't remember how he exactly gets out of this one, but I do remember his time with Fix-It, and it was very, very scary. And like, you know, he was like, I see the human parts of you as a biological flaw, and he like put the other half of his face on and like made his face fully mechanical, and Cyborg was like screaming and trying to resist. It was fucking crazy. I was a kid.
Yeah. That, I remember that, and I remember, like, I also don't remember how he gets out of it.
He does.
At all.
He
I know he gets out of it, like, and, like, he's fine, I just, oofed. I think, what is it? When, like, he looks up and you see all the red, like, eyes from all the things that, like, were fixed.
Oh man. Ooh.
That, like, gave me nightmares. I was like, nope, I'm tapping out, that's not for me.
Yeah. No, you know, I feel like since we don't know how he gets out of it, I think anybody who's listening to this should go and watch the episode, and the suspense will be perfectly preserved for them, I think.
After we record this, I'm gonna go watch the episode so we can find out how he gets out of it. You're gonna get a text, they're gonna be like, this is what happened!
Please tell me what happens, because I'm definitely not going to watch the episode. Episode...
Listen, it's on HBO. We can watch
Oh,
it.
that's unfortunate knowledge. During a battle with Dr. Light in episode 6, known as Nevermore, Raven loses control of her powers, which makes the Teen Titans worried. Excuse me. Later, Beast Boy and Cyborg go to Raven's room to apologize, but accidentally knock her door down, to which Beast Boy discovers a strange-looking mirror, which sucks him and Cyborg into an alternate realm where they meet various emotions of person. Okay, so emoticlones. Excuse me, I couldn't see. I didn't think the L was an L. I thought it was an I, and I thought it was emotiones. And I'm like, that's not a word. I'm not gonna say.
You staring at it. This is wrong.
Emoticlones, which are different clones of.
I hate that word. Just so we're all clear, that's not any better.
Different clones of different emotions and personality traits of Raven. Yeah, this was a crazy episode. They fuck up. Cyborg and Beast Boy go to apologize. He starts looking for pimples in Raven's mirror, and they're in it. Just like that.
You know, like, if somebody tells you, especially somebody with mystic fucking powers, to maybe, like, stay the fuck out of their shit, maybe stay the fuck out of their shit.
Yeah.
I remember watching this episode as a kid and being freaked the fuck out, but also at the same time having this super strong understanding of Raven and being like, no, like, I fucking get that. Like, I have a front that everyone sees, and the inside is the rest of, like, the emotions that, like, don't get to come out and, other people don't see because they need to, like, stay back. Even things like, what is it? There's a pink raven,
There is.
right? She's wearing, like, all pink
Mhm.
and she's like really happy and bubbly, and it's like, I get that. I was like, nah, man, I understand her. I put that shit away too.
Yeah. It's a good, I mean, Raven's powers are based on her emotions, and I think that it's a good, like, sort of realization that this is all within Raven, but we don't see that because she has to literally keep her emotions in check, otherwise her powers will manifest. So it's pretty cool. I like this episode a lot. I do remember that, like, it's very spooky inside the mirror, and, like, it's obviously
Yeah.
Raven-esque, and there is little ravens, and they go, turn back, turn back. And
I remember it's like like just a thin rocky path and like space around, and that's like it. And it's creepy there. But also like, damn girl, me too.
unbeknownst to them, they've stumbled onto a portal into Raven's mind, which causes an adverse effect on Raven in the real world. Raven, eager to find out what's wrong, enters the realm and finds Beast Boy and Cyborg, just as her anger appears in the form of her father, Trigon. So, Trigon, what a guy.
That's one way to describe him.
What a guy. Yeah.
What a guy.
What an interesting little villain Trigon is. Yeah, he definitely had Raven in a way with a human witch. So there's that.
Man, he certainly is not winning any awards for Best Father of the Year.
No.
He is a horrible giant demon man who is evil.
Yeah, the embodiment of.
That's it.
He does look cool though. The 3 eyes on each side is really dope. The antlers he has, like the long white hair.
Yeah. Oh no, I think he looks fucking sick.
Yeah. I remember there was an
Design team was on point.
on point. This whole show, I love the character designs in this show a lot, and the clean lines that they would use and the soft gradients they would use in coloring the characters were so nice. I think that, oh my God, I think that we did an Inktober last year, and one of the prompts was monster, and I was like, that's so broad. That's such a big ask, and for whatever reason, the first thing my mind shot to was Trigon, because you see him and he's just this giant apparition of evil. Like, you can tell that this man is bad news. And
literally,
Raven's anger appears in the form of her father. So take that as you will, audience. Like, of course it does, because he probably sucks. Raven fuses, however, with her other emoticlones to take down her father. The ordeal brings Raven closer with Beast Boy and Cyborg, who stay beside her as she fought her anger. That's so adorable. I'm gonna die.
babies.
My children.
I love them all so much.
My children.
And these are my kids. No one touched them.
Oh my God, yes. Episode 7, Switched. The Titans receive a package containing puppets modeled after themselves. Great. So,
Fucking
what?
already a negative.
What?
Already a minus.
I would look for the nearest dumpster, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
Imagine if this was me, right? And I opened a box that was just like to Rayne, and I opened it, and there was a puppet designed after me. I would be like, hey, Zee, do you have a fire pit? Can I come over? I gotta set something on fire immediately. Don't ask any questions. Don't ask where I got this. Just, it has to be gone.
Oh, yeah. We'll drive over. We'll get it taken care of. Oh my God. Why would you not? Why would you keep these? I think they like kind of like get too high on their own supply. They're like, wow, we're so popular now. People are making little action figures and puppets of us.
we're like such good heroes. Like, and I do get that. Also, like, they're teenagers, so they're not like the brightest people. But like, come on, come on.
Clear.
You guys don't have a PO box. Like,
Yeah, clearly. I mean, you guys live in a giant capital T on an island outside, like in the harbor, bro. Like, nobody's swimming up to give you their fucking handmade puppets. Like, it's not happening. So I don't know why you wouldn't toss them out, but the Puppet King uses the puppets to trap the souls of Robin, Cyborg, and Beast Boy and take control of their bodies. While attempting to do the same to Raven and Starfire, Raven instead uses her powers to stop him, causing their souls to switch into each other's bodies. Classic. We love a body swap in this house.
I fucking love this because this is like you were saying earlier, like Raven has the emotions that like her powers don't use or whatever, and like Starfire is the exact opposite. And I thought this episode was so interesting to see the two of them have to go, oh wait, I have to feel emotion? I have to not feel an emotion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought it was so cool. And like the fact that they do get closer because of this episode, and like I think this is the episode where like Starfire is like, oh, you are meditating? I can do that too, and just starts like floating next to Raven.
Yeah. It's cute. We love those girls.
I love them.
They gotta have some. There's gotta be some feminine energy in the Titans. There's a lot of masculinity.
Oof.
All right. So the girls resolve to learn how to use each other's powers while in each other's bodies. At the Puppet King's headquarters, Raven and Starfire manage to use each other's powers to stop the Puppet King and break the controller, returning all souls to their respective bodies. This was a great episode. I remember this very well. I remember Starfire, Raven in Starfire's body asking how to do star bolts, just like the bolts of energy that she shoots from her hands. And she said that you need to summon righteous fury, and I love that. I just think that's really cool that that's how she does that sort of attack, because she's always like the whoever does the voice. I'm not familiar with the name. I think it's Carrie Walgren. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But she does like a lot of there's a lot of like anger in the throwing the star bolts. So obviously like a righteous fury. I just think that's a very superhero thing. That's very cool.
I love that. I loved the way like she was like explaining it too, because I feel like there was this expectation of like, oh yeah, to use my powers, you just have to be like happy, and it's like, no, actually, that's not her character.
No. Raven and Happy, not very, very similar. Yeah, a body swap episode. They end with the meditation scene. Super cute. Yeah, homegirls now.
Also, just imagine being a villain and being like, I'm gonna name myself Puppet King.
Puppet King, what a fucking idiot. You had your chance to say anything. Anything. You could have been anything.
And you went with fucking Puppet King? You could have just been the puppeteer. That sounds better.
Right.
I don't like puppets, so nothing you say is gonna make me like happy.
Master marionette, something. Just think for 2 seconds. Like,
just Puppet King. Blech. Disgusting.
All right.
0 out of 10 on originality. Get out of here.
-1 out of 10. All right. Episode 8, Deep Six, which features. Let me see what category this is on. Written by a very famous writer for DC by the name of Marv Wolfman. So, just want to throw out. He is one of my favorites. So I just wanted to throw out his credit. A mysterious new villain called Trident appears and starts stealing nuclear waste from ships. While on a mission to stop Tridents, the Titans meet our first kind of extra hero that's doing the same thing that they're doing, Aqualad.
Oh my god. Aqualad.
An aquatic hero who knows more about Trident's plot, and his sidekick Tram, who helps rebuild the T-ship while the Titans search for Trident. Yeah, Aqualad, bro. What a king.
Man, he's hot.
Fact.
That's what I remember about him, is the fact that like both Raven and Starfire have the little like hearts coming out of their like
Yeah.
eyes or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Like whenever he would like talk, they'd be behind him, just like I don't know if like they were wiggling or just like the hearts. I just remember like
No, that's
like all the hearts.
That's the next line of the wiki. They said they fawn over Aqualad, so it's totally true. And I mean, he's training under Aquaman, who's also incredibly hot. I mean, I feel like he's kind of
so valid.
I feel like he's kind of like the best genist of the sea. He's like, you're gonna work for me, and you're gonna look good while you do it. God damn it.
100%.
And Trem, he's got a tiny little fish boy friend that is like his like tech guy and helps repair the ship. However, this obviously, since the attention is off of him for 0.02 seconds, this causes Beast Boy and Aqualad to quarrel over who is better. They eventually realize that Trident is more than one person and soon discover a colony of Tridents. Fucking weird. So, throughout all of this, they are bitching at each other.
Literally. I remember fucking Beast Boy being like, well, I can turn into like a whale, and like Aqualad being like, I can talk to whales. I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, guys, we can have our dick measuring contest later. There is a villain.
Oh.
But no. We'll just.
I mean, he's eliciting that response from Raven. Starfire is like kind of the more like, oh, you know, like something you might expect her to go hard eyes, but Raven, like that's a hard audience to win. Like that's crazy, man. So I don't understand it, but I get it if that makes sense.
Valid.
Playing on Trident's ego, Beast Boy gets all of the Tridents to quarrel with one another. The Titans then lock the remaining clones in a cave. Okay. And Beast Boy and Aqualad put aside their differences. Lock them all in a cave, I guess.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it's like a ravine, and they all go down, and like the ship falls on top of it, so they just can't get out.
Damn, bro.
And it's just like, yep, I'm sure that'll hold.
Totally fine. Mission accomplished. Day is saved.
We don't need to go double check that, we don't need to make sure that they're never gonna come back. Like, it's fine. They're in a cave.
All right. Yeah. So Trident, weird episode to introduce Aqualad. Aqualad is very important later on in the series. He comes back in one of my favorite stretches of episodes in one of the later seasons. When they do that like tournament thing. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I do. I know what you're talking about.
I love those. But that puts us halfway through season 1, pretty much. Just about over a little bit. As we go into episode 9, Masks, which introduces quite a bit of the lore here. I remember this episode blowing my mind. While Robin is away checking leads on Slade, the rest of the Titans deal with a new villain by the name of Red X, who takes them down with ease.
I remember this fucking me up too.
Red X tries to form a partnership with Slade, but is tasked with retrieving 2 other computer chips. So yeah, Red X, he was dope. He had a motorcycle, he had a skull, helmet, mask, cape combo, looked great.
I remember, this is the episode, right, where like Robin makes like a hologram of himself, or is that a later episode?
I don't know.
With Red X in it.
I don't know.
Because I just remember the hologram and like them finally being like, oh shit, Robin hasn't been here.
No, I don't remember it offhand, and I don't think it says it here in no, it doesn't say it anywhere here in the episode, but it could be. It definitely could be. Alright. Starfire discovers that Robin has not been true about his work, or hasn't been truthful, I suppose. After Red X gathers the final computer chips, Slade appears, revealing that he knew the truth about Red X the whole time, and grabs the chips, while also revealing that Red X is in fact Robin. Ah, what a surprise. The leader was gone, and there was a mysterious new villain. However, could we have seen
Man.
this?
You know, sometimes 2 + 2 just isn't 4.
You're right, man. You're right. Oh my god. Stupid. The Titans arrive at the scene and stop Red X while Slade escapes. Robin reveals himself and chases after Slade, who taunts Robin about their similarities and his obsession over him. Slade is getting down on Robin for his obsession over him. Why are you so obsessed with me? Like,
Dude, I remember Slade being like, you know, we're more alike than you think, and like, look at how obsessed you are, and look at like all the work you're putting in, and me sitting there going, but you started this, but this is on you. You've been taunting him, and but no, it's Robin's fault. It's on Robin, right? Just blame the fucking.
remember when you...
I don't have time for this gaslighting bullshit, Slade.
It's garbage. Do you remember when you dressed up as a mystical sage? He's obsessed? Come on, buddy.
Do you remember when you gathered two villains, made them create a giant fire so you could make a fire monster so you could get Robin alone to tell him that you're Slade?
Classic. Love it.
No.
Totally normal behavior.
Just me?
Totally normal.
Yeah.
Totally
No,
normal.
you're not obsessed.
Totally normal.
He's not No, Z, he's not obsessed.
No, not at all.
He's not.
Not at all.
It's Robin.
In fact, it's Robin that's obsessed over him, actually, yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, Robin does in fact get obsessed, but Slade started this shit, and Slade is also equally obsessed. I think, to be like, we're more alike than you think, it's not about the way that, like, you are as a person, it's not, like, the way that they fight or whatever, it's because you're both fucking obsessed with each other. Just fucking talk it out.
Yeah.
Go for some tea or something, figure it out.
I just picture Slade trying to drink tea against the mask, like... The two...
How does it taste? You know, through the mask.
It's halfway decent, but alright. The two engage in combat, which ends in Robin overpowering Slade, who is revealed to be a robot. That's handy.
This is definitely the one that should go for tea. The robot.
Just starts sparking. Starfire later approaches Robin about the past events, telling him that he and Slade share only one thing in common: the distrust of others. Fucking bars.
She fucking told him, but it's true.
Fucking
Like,
bars, dude.
I feel like you would know more than I would because you're bigger into like the comics and stuff than me. But I feel like it's a common Robin trait.
Oh.
But I think it comes like from like the Batman like stuff of just, we don't need to trust other people, like we can do it on our own. We don't need everybody else. And it's like, Robin, dude, like, you're leader of the team.
Mhm.
Why have a team in the first place? You're not gonna trust them to help you with your weird Slade obsession.
That was brought about by Slade's obsession in you. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a cork board.
It's entirely
Get some
possible.
strings.
It's entirely possible. And, like, I think that this is kind of the whole point of the series. It's not called Robin and the Boys. Like, it's called Teen Titans. Like, sure,
Robin. And the Titans.
Sure, it's like he's the leader and whatever. But he's only the leader because, I don't know, Batman probably put in a good word or something. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
They probably all were like, what is it? I don't think it's not in the first episode. You know, like later on they have the episode where it's like the flashback of how they all got together.
Yes.
And like one of them is like, hey, wait a minute, don't you work for? And like he cuts them off. And then there's like bats in the sky.
Yeah.
And it's like, you definitely know that they were like, man, he worked under Batman. He should be the leader.
Yeah, there was definitely a scene in a later episode where Slade is like tutoring Robin. That's not the word. Tutoring Robin in his ways, and he's like, you know, I hope that you can look at me as a father. And he goes, I had a father, and he looks up into like the rafters, and there's bats. And when I was a kid, I was like, no way. Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Batman.
Literally me from age like 8 to like a couple months ago. Episode 10, Mad Mott. Fucking love this man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Oh. Mysteriously ambushed and knocked out cold, the Titans wake to find themselves in the hands of Mad Mod, a British villain, disgruntled by the Titans' interference in other villains' business. Oh my god, Mad Mod. What is there to say?
I remember this is going back to something that we were talking about a little earlier. Or the Teen Titans games on like Cartoon Network, like the site.
Yeah.
And I remember there being a game specifically with Mad Mod, and I would only play as Beast Boy so I could go through the levels as a cheetah.
Yes! Yes! Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. He could turn
You know which one I'm talking
he
about.
could turn into a bird as well. And
Yeah,
something
and
else
a
I
cheetah
can't
and like
remember.
something else. Probably a gorilla for like strength. But
Something.
I remember playing that level over and over and over again.
Fuck, you're so right. So good.
But also Mad Mod.
Mad Mod. Kind of like if Austin Powers was a villain, like very like 60s British man, like
It literally that. And he has the fucking like I don't even bell-bottomy leather pants.
he's got the Union Jack shirt and the hat and the glasses, and he just like, oh my god, he's so cringy and terrible. I love him though. He's was always calling them my duckies. Oh my god, it's so weird. Yeah,
what a like it's such a strange concept for a villain, but at the same time, I like weirdly love him.
Right, he's very likable as a character. 100%. You're right. You're right, and you should say it.
I think he has like weird chaotic energy, and I think that I just vibe with that because like his whole thing is like what he's like, I'm gonna recondition you, and like has the hypnotizing screens, but then he's also like going into paintings, and like they have the Scooby-Doo chase like montage, and that chaotic energy just resonates with me.
Yeah, he tries to get them to say the British versions of words, I remember. He's like, they're not cookies, they're biscuits. Say it with me now. Biscuits. It's so good. It's so ridiculous.
It's like that's a top tier episode.
Yeah. And I think it's later in the season for a reason. Separated from each other, the Titans make their way back to each other one by dealing with robots and optical illusions. They catch up with Mad Mod, only to be recaptured one by one. Damn. What the fuck? They got a second one. Robin manages to escape capture and find Mad Mod. As Robin fails to even touch the villain, he decides upon a different approach. He passes through all of the illusions and reaches the operation center, where he apprehends an elderly Mad Mod who was projecting an illusion of a younger self of his own the whole time. Crazy.
I fucking love that for him, though. Like, I understand he's a villain, but at the same time, like I said, this energy resonates with me, and I loved it. I loved all the illusion stuff. I thought it was, first of all, just this episode in general was really creative. A fucking creative team, like, y'all are fucking on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. There were a lot of good, like, comedy points in this episode. Like, they all were put in a classroom, and when they all meet up, and, like, Beast Boy, I think, turns to Raven and is like, but where did you go? And Raven, like, opens her, like, cape to reveal a gym uniform, and she's just like, gym. And then closes it.
Yes, I remember that. That's good. You have a great memory for shit like this. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, man.
I remember really stupid details, but they stick with me. But also, my personality is 99% characters from my youth.
I love that. Brave of you to admit. Many people won't, but many people are, but won't admit it. Oh my god. So episode 11 and 12 are a little different. They are a part 1 and part 2. The Apprentice, part 1. Slade threatens to stop time. Okay.
It just ended. That's it. That's all you need.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because he's upset. The next line is because he's obsessed with Robin.
Yeah. I'm like, do I JoJo reference right now? Slade threatens to stop time in the city with a chronoton detonator, whatever that means, while searching for
That's certainly a word.
chronoton detonator. While searching for the device, Robin, on edge about a nightmare that he had just before the mission, attacks everything in sight, including accidentally an innocent bystander. Jesus Christ, Robin. Damn, bro.
My dude.
Gonna need you to relax out, big boy.
I need you to take it from an 11 to like a 6. A 5, maybe?
After violently sneezing, Starfire, who is allergic to a metallic chromium, a component of the detonator, unwillingly becomes a tracker for the device. In the sewer, Robin is separated from the team by our good friend Cinderblock. After taking Cinderblock down, Robin finds Slade's tracking device and uses it to get to Slade's headquarters, where he fights for the detonator's remote. The rest of the Titans chase after Slade's henchmen carrying the detonator in a speedboat. Upon discovering that the device is a fake, the Titans are blasted by a gun which infects them with lethal nanoscopic probes. Willing to keep the Titans safe, Robin becomes Slade's apprentice in exchange for an antidote. Fucking crazy.
I fucking remember that. It took me a minute, right? I was like remembering the allergy part, and I was like, how did this episode end? And now that you said that, I'm like, oh my, I remember him with the screens and he's showing their like bloodstream to Robin, and it's like, yeah, I'm in their bloodstream now. Slade, your weird obsession with Robin
Come with me,
has gone a
Robin.
little too far.
Come on in. The water's fine, Robin. Come and be my apprentice.
Come be my apprentice.
Unbelievable.
I've poisoned your friends because I am not obsessed with you. You're obsessed with me. I can't. I fucking can't.
No, you're right. You're right. Oh, damn. Part 2. Apprentice Part 2. Blackmailed into becoming Slade's apprentice, Robin becomes an enemy of the Titans, to their surprise. When faced with an opportunity to blast Starfire, Robin freezes, causing Slade to activate the probes. Catching on to the ruse, the Titans find Robin at Slade's headquarters. I don't know what the ruse is exactly.
I think it's supposed to be like they catch on that like Robin isn't doing this of like his free will.
Oh,
technically.
okay.
I think it's supposed to
Okay.
be like they catch on that like he isn't just like turned to villain.
Yeah.
And that Slade's obsessed with him. That just has to be sprinkled.
I
in.
thought there was like a bluff about the probes or something, so I just wanted to make that clear. So okay, that's good to know. Yeah, okay. So they catch on that Robin is not doing this, doesn't want to do this. When Slade reactivates the probes, Robin touches the machine controlling the probes and becomes infected with them as well. Not wanting to destroy Robin, Slade destroys the device, and a battle ensues between him and the Titans, after which Slade is defeated. Wild. So, he infected himself.
Imagine being so obsessed. So obsessed that your plan, right, kind of starts to backfire and you're just like, well, can't lose my obsession.
Right.
Destroy my work.
Rayne.
Zee.
Is the point of a supervillain not to like eliminate the superhero group in order to not be impeded into doing more crime?
Like that's what I assumed.
I
assumed that was the point.
You have an opportunity to take out this entire team of heroes. And because your weird boy crush is part of it, you're not going to do that. You're not even going to do it just for the numbers. You're not even going to do it just for the KD. Like, what?
Like, I feel like, right, you could find another non-superpowered teenage boy to have an obsession over. Like, when this Robin dies, like, Batman's just gonna get another one.
He's gonna get a new
if
model.
I know anything about, like, you know, like, there's, like, a lot of iterations of Robin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just gonna like there will be another one.
Yeah, I think
Like, I don't know if it's like this one specifically like you need. I'm not really understanding because once again, I'm not a supervillain, nor do I have weird obsessions with like teenage boys.
no.
You know, like I don't get it. Um I would have taken the fucking 5-0 right there and gotten all of them out.
Right.
And also like all of these like other villains, right?
Hmm.
Like start like working for Slade and like doing things that he says, and like I would turn around and be like, dude, you had the chance to kill them all and you fucking didn't.
Literally.
That's weak sauce. I'm not working for you
Yeah,
anymore.
Cinderblock, just doing it for the paycheck. Unbelievable. And I think this is the episode where Robin hits Slade so hard that he breaks off a portion of his mask, and you see Slade like grab his, now exposed face, and there's like a tuft of like hair that you can see. Like there's actually like hair,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be kind of like a sneak peek into Slade's identity. But I didn't really watch into any much of the later seasons, and that if Slade's identity is ever really revealed. But I think that was like the closest we got. If it doesn't,
I don't remember Slade's identity ever getting revealed. I do have this memory of at one point Slade gets, no joke, knocked into lava.
yes,
And he comes out of it and the mask comes off and he's just a skeleton. And like he continues to be Slade, like he just like fucking continues or whatever. And I remember just sitting there going, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
he's a skeleton under there.
Because he was in the lava.
Right, of course.
So his skin all burned off.
Only makes sense.
And now we'll never know who the fuck he is. But it's fine. I just think that they didn't want to actually have a complex, outside of that. But it's fine. It's fine. He's obsessed with Robin, but we'll never know why.
Right. The Titans,
Because he's a skeleton.
the Titans and Slade escape just as the building self-destructs. With the probe machine, Cyborg instead removes all of the probes from the Titans, and Robin is able to rejoin his team. Nice.
Y'all live to see another day, and Slade lives another day to obsess over Robin. Robin can obsess back over Slade.
It's just a weird obsession feedback loop that these two just keep like dialing more shit into.
Do you ever like when you like a show, right? You can like hear the characters' voices sometimes.
Yeah.
To this day, I can hear the way Robin goes, Slade, in my head.
Of course. I mean, this show had a lot of like catchphrases. Like, of course, we had the famous Raven spell that she said all the time, Azarath Mesrion Zinthos, classic. Oh my god! Yeah, to hear Tara Strong deliver that every time is just a fantastic thing.
Literally perfect.
Carrie Payton's Cyborg and the Booyah, he made that his thing. That was his whole like shtick. That was just so great. It was just said with such joy and bombast every time. Love Cyborg. He was obviously my favorite character.
I love all of them. I don't hate any of them.
Except Robin.
I do. I don't hate Robin. I just don't like him as much as I love the other four.
He's boring, so it's fine. He's boring.
He's boring, and I don't know, I feel like the Slade thing could have been like a cooler storyline, and then it like wasn't, so I'm like,
No.
oh, you had the chance to make him really cool. Also, like, everyone can fight me. I think he's a little cooler in Young Justice, but he's still boring in Young Justice too.
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but also, I mean, like, my favorite character in Young Justice is Kid Flash. So
Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? If it's not my sweet baby girl, Miss Martian, why wouldn't it be Kid Flash?
No, Kid Flash has loud blonde energy. You know how I feel about that.
And he's a redhead, so you get that. You get all the joy with a little bit of strange.
And he's got freckles, so he hits all the criteria.
Love it. All right, so
Love that.
that's going to lead us into our last episode for season 1, Rayne, and
yes.
that is going to be episode 13, Car Trouble. This episode originally aired out of order as the season finale. So I don't really know what that means, but it is a note that the Wikipedia makes.
I think technically this was aired as the finale, but the finale was supposed to be Apprentice Part 2.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, so I think they were supposed to end it with, like, those 2 episodes, and then they were like, oh shit, we had another episode.
Oh, Cartoon Network. Classic with that.
Someone got fired for that.
I think they did the same thing with Samurai Jack, I'll be honest. Either way, episode 13, Car Trouble. Cyborg goes on a chase for his newly finished T-car. He was so proud of that T-car. He loved that thing. After it is stolen by villains Cash and Sammy and entered into a race. After winning the race, Gizmo, a villain and one of the contestants, takes the T-car and leaves both Cash and Sammy in a bubble. Because that's something that Gizmo can do.
Well, big brain.
Big brain.
In that small, bald head.
That small, smooth little capsule he's got there. Cyborg, with the help of a sympathetic Raven, which doesn't happen very often, I'm sure, tracks down the car, which crashes into a prison transport vehicle that is carrying the villain Overload. No, that's not. I don't think that's the same one as we're familiar with. But Overload takes over the car and attacks Cyborg, leading Cyborg to have to make the difficult decision to destroy his own car, thereby preventing anyone from stealing it. He was so proud of that thing, and he had to destroy it.
I remember this episode because I also really liked that car. And I was just like, that is sick. But Overload, if I'm remembering correctly, he's like a fucking microchip, right? Like he's like one of those, like an SD card or some shit, and he like gets inserted into the fucking car.
Let's see. I'm not sure. Hold on.
I very much remember it might not be him exactly, it might be something else, but I remember, and then the car goes from being the Teen Titan, like, cyborg blue.
Yeah, you're right.
To being red.
Yeah, you're 100% right. He is like he's like a computer chip, and then he becomes like a big being of electricity.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was like, the weird things that I remember. Don't ask me anything about, like, what I learned in, like, my high school history class, but I could tell you facts about Teen Titans episodes.
Let's fucking go. As someone who teaches high school history, I love that.
Now listen, man.
Alright, so...
It's not a diss at you, I'm sure you're a great teacher, I just suck at history.
That's all good.
Teen Titan facts are more important.
Overload takes over the T-car, causing Cyborg to have to destroy it, and but prevented Overload from spreading and prevented anyone else from stealing the T-car, because it seems like it was literally stolen 3 times in this one episode. So, the man's shit is hot.
Stolen and crashed.
Tragic. Entered into a race, like, holy shit. However, Raven, still sympathetic, later assists Cyborg in building a new car.
I remember that. I remember at the end her just being like, well, what if I help you do it? I don't know shit about cars, but I got you.
So cute. So
just
cute.
Me in the background. Best friends.
So cute. We love that.
Also, like, imagine being, like, when you have the, like, being the policeman, right, having to escort from, like, prison to prison, and it's a fucking computer chip. I would fucking sob. I would be like, I quit.
It's in one of those magnetic boxes that you see at, like, Best Buy or Staples that have to have the magnet to unlock them. So that
Oh my god! And they're like, okay, listen, this is the criminal. What? Yeah, this is our prisoner that I need you to transfer.
My boy, this is an SD card.
like this has like his location on it. You want me to pick him? No, that is him. No, so I plug it in and like it's gonna give me like a GPS location.
Oh, these are all of his files,
the
right?
the criminal is the SD card. I would literally hand it back. I'd be like, "You transport him. I'm going home."
No, man. No.
This is a dream. This is an April Fool's prank.
No. Not just another day.
Like, and then you get into an accident and the SD card comes alive. I would shit myself. I'd be like, I literally would be like, if I live, I'm going home, I'm having a drink, and I'm quitting my job.
Just another day in Jump City, you know.
Fucking Jump City.
Jump City. Ah.
God.
So that's season 1. And damn, what a time it was. I think that this show really changed the game. Like when I remember I saw them doing this and I was like, I know who Robin is. Like I'm not a plebeian, but who the hell are the rest of these people? Like I didn't know about the original Teen Titans comics when I was a kid and when this show was coming out.
Yeah, because we were but wee children. But I remember, right, like no one growing up, like I have 4 siblings. And none of us were comic book people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like we just like weren't into that scene. So I remember this coming out, all of us like same boat as you being like, okay, we know who Robin is, but like, who the fuck are all these other people?
Who dis?
Like, looks, who the fuck? Because I remember like sitting down and watching it and all of us being like, where's Batman?
Where's Batman?
What's happening? What's happening here?
True.
But also like falling in love with this show for that same premise of like, Batman's not here. This is all just the Teen Titans. Like, this is what it is. And honestly, for like a first season, I don't believe that anything is perfect, and you know my opinions on things.
Yes.
I think this is about as close as you're gonna get
100%.
to having a like near perfect show.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, it's dark, it's well paced, it has believable characters. They're established from episode 1. They're out getting pizza together. They're a team and they're friends. Like that's the whole shtick. Like maybe Raven is just like like I don't want to be here, like kind of like annoyed goth energy, but like we know that there's a richer inner world to Raven at this point. We've seen her grow closer with numerous comrades. We haven't gotten to the episode that we talked about in preparation for this episode, so we'll have to maybe see if people want another Zee and Rayne evening.
Even if they don't, I want it, and that's what matters.
And we're gonna give it to you anyway.
Yeah. But no, exactly what you were just saying. They're like established. The characters have flaws. Like, I know, there's a lot of people that I know that are like, superheroes are perfect and they can't have flaws or they can't be super. And it's like, dude, like, they're people.
Mm-hmm.
People have flaws. That is the whole point. And I like that they take those and go, yeah, they're still your heroes though, but they have flaws.
Right.
They're still people with like their own issues, and like Cyborg and Robin literally go off on each other for a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Like a shit where at the end they go, hey, shit fucking happens, man, and like we shouldn't have like gotten mad.
Right.
Like I love that. We're
cool now. And yeah, I mean, especially they're kids, they're teenagers, and I think that's when you're at some of your least logical thinking, and that's kind of when you may be at some of your most volatile. So, like, the fact that they can still work together as a team, they can still show like maturity, and I think that over the series, of course, they mature as heroes. I remember the Teen Titans movie. I was like, these guys are a superhero fighting. They're in Japan because they're so popular. Like, that's just the gang. I think this is a great show for kids of all ages, really. I mean, we watched it. We're fine-ish. So, I think anybody probably could show this to their kids without it being Teen Titans Go, which I think is, admirable for its own reasons. But in this case, like, there's nothing like this show. There's nothing like this show. It's nostalgia to the max. It would probably cause me to make inhuman noises if I heard the theme song right now.
The theme song just like slowly fades in from the background. You just scream.
When there's trouble, you know who to call. Oh my god. Hi Puffy Ami Yumi did the song.
Yes.
Fuck.
Queens.
So good.
I'm sorry, if I was out and about and I heard the Teen Titans theme song, I genuinely would stop what I'm doing. Just so we're clear, I would stop and be like, fuck yeah.
I have a video to play for you after we're finished here. But I think it's iconic. I think it's memorable. I think it gets you in the zone. And it was almost the intro. I almost wanted to play on it for the intro for this podcast, but I mean, if all of these parts of the show, like, I don't think we've said very many negative things. Of course, there are parts of the plot that don't make sense, but of course it did. Like, it's a superhero cartoon. That's always the case.
Well, listen, I mean, if you've heard me in the past couple Yu-Gi-Oh podcasts, the words out of my mouth have been, it doesn't have to make sense. It's Yu-Gi-Oh. It's the same thing with like this. It doesn't really all have to make sense. It's superheroes, like, we live in a world where there are no superpowers, so like, of course, like, there's gonna be weird things that don't line up. Like, it's just chalk it up to some random person with a superpower and call it a day.
It's crazy because Robin still lives in the world where there's no superpowers.
He does.
Rayne, this was a blast, man. I really enjoyed this one.
Oh, I'm glad. Me too. I had a good time.
All right. Well, I figure that's probably it for me. Unless you have any other thoughts that you want to share about Teen Titans.
No, that's it. I think normally this is where Colton would go into the ending, but I guess that's on us.
That is on us.
So thank y'all for watching or listening or whatever the fuck we're doing here, because I'm fucking tired. Check us out. See Easy Special for fucking streams where he does Smash and Yu-Gi-Oh! And
Final Fantasy,
other things now.
RuneScape.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of stuff these days.
I only know about 2 things because I'm really out of the loop recently.
All good. Yeah. Check us out on our various social media. Reach out to us on Twitter. Please, if you have any ideas for episodes, please DM us, let us know, and we'd be happy to do the research on it, make it an episode. And if you liked hearing a Zee and Rayne adventure, let us know, and we'll make some more. We'll inevitably make some more, but we might make some more where the two of us can do something that you suggest. So reach out and suggest to us.
Also, if you want commissions, you should check out Z4 Marks on Instagram.
You should do that.
And I think maybe Twitter? You have a Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter for it. I probably should. I should probably post some art in it.
I thought you did.
I should probably put some art in it in order to
talking.
give it some social media.
It's so fucking valid.
But it's
so valid.
At Zee.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I needed to talk to you about a commission.
Nice.
That just reminded me.
Hit me up.
When we're done with this.
At ZEE Form Arts, FORMARTS on Instagram. Thank you so much, Rayne, for this. This was so much fun.
Of course. And then allow me to do Colton's favorite part that I do.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening. If you enjoyed it, tune in next week where we talk about something else.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Night, everybody.